I went to my first Megacon, my first convention of any kind on Megacon 2025. The first time I've been to any event like this. And this is going to be a very, very, very different video from what I'm used to making game videos, AMVs, edits. I've done other things, but this is something new entirely. This is not scripted. I'm just talking. I just got back from the trip. This is the day after MegaCon. So this video I'm making now, is gonna be split into subsections. A section going over preparations, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, on the way home. Then I'm going to talk about everything I got at MegaCon, my experience, all the different people I met, the different cosplays I saw, and show a bunch of pictures, videos. Well, I didn't take like videos of the hotel or videos during MegaCon. It was my first convention. It was very crowded, and I didn't have like my phone accessible. And I was there to have fun, buy stuff. So I wasn't. My plan was to make a video about MegaCon, even before I went, but as I was there, I'm like, I really don't want to record. There's like so crowded, it's not much to do. So I took a bunch of pictures and I made a video when I got home of all the stuff I got. Like, I'm still gonna make this a video. Trust me when I say I have a good idea of how to make this a good video. So let's start. So I'm gonna split this up, as I said. I'm just gonna repeat it. We're gonna do preparations, arriving, day 1, 2, 3, 4. On my way back home, everything I got, people I met, cosplays. There was a bunch of cosplays, cool ones. My favorite anime is Fairy Tail, and I went as Natsu. I saw a bunch of, not a bunch, but a good amount of Fairy Tail cosplayers. I must admit, I was expecting a little less, but I seen a bunch of Natsus, Lucys, Juvias. I saw one Urza, and apparently there was an Irene there. I just didn't see them. But yeah, there was a lot. I saw one Yoruichi, one Neliel. I'm gonna talk about all of that later. Like, at top of my head, I don't remember every character I saw as a cosplayer, but there was a lot. I don't remember all of them. I should have written it down, but again, I'm in MegaCon. I'm not there to write things down or make videos. I'm there to have fun. My first convention. So let's start with preparations. I'm not gonna name drop or show pictures of them. Um, but yeah, I was taken to MegaCon as like a birthday gift. My sister and I put cash together, and my sister had a friend that worked there a bunch of years to show us around MegaCon, to tell us what to do, what not to do. That like on Sunday, the last day of MegaCon, is when things go cheaper. That's when you really buy things. Saturday is a crazy day where it's the most crowded, and we were also told that Sunday it's the least crowded. So we had some guidance there for our first time at a convention ever. Well, at least my first time at a convention. So that was really helpful to have a guide of someone who's worked there before and knows what they're doing. I was very overwhelmed there, and I was told beforehand that I would be very overwhelmed with all the anime stuff, all the stores, the booths, all the stuff, all the cosplayers and everything. And I very much was. I was surprised about how, like, I was like looking over the place, like, oh my god, where do we start? The place was so big. It's bigger than I thought it was gonna be. There was so many different shops. I'm sure if you've been to MegaCon before, already know this. But again, this is me talking about my first experience and whatnot. It was more than I thought it was gonna be. I knew it was a lot, but on the first day, well, first we'll talk about preparation. So preparations, I might show. 'Cause when I got home, I took like a video of like my suitcase, not my suitcase, but my bags and stuff, and some things I brought. We definitely overpacked on drinks, and we underpacked on food. Not underpacked on food in the sense we were starving, like we were fine. But we overpacked on like drinks, clothes. So Thursday was the first day. We got to the hotel around 7 or 8. Well, before that, we stopped at McDonald's, and Shamrock Shakes are back. Love that. And McDonald's has Pokemon back. So I naturally had to get a Charizard box. I'll probably show it on the screen now. I got the Charizard box and a Shamrock Shake. So that's how the first day started. So like 7, 8 o'clock, we went to McDonald's and then checked into the hotel. So we didn't actually go to MegaCon on the first day because by the time we got to Orlando, it was like 7, 8 o'clock. We were hungry. We just got McDonald's and then checked into the hotel. By that time, it was like 8:30 to 9, and by that time, MegaCon was closed for the first day. So that's fun. We just checked into the hotel, and it was late at night when we checked in. So like as we're walking up the stairs down the crooked hallway, so I was like, oh my god, this shit is haunted, definitely. And part of me wishes I took like a picture or a video of the hallway or like the apartment itself, not the hotel room or something. Again, I wouldn't have time to really take pictures or video. We were tired, so we just went to bed, ate snacks, watched TV. Oh yeah, the TV had the channel for Everyone Loves Raymond, so that's what we watched at night. I love Everyone Loves Raymond. That's a good show. Anyway, so that's first day. We didn't actually do shit besides Shamrock Shake, Charizard Happy Meal, and we checked into the hotel. Next day, it was the second day MagCon, but our first day. So first, we, my sister prepared all this ahead of time. She's really good at this kind of stuff. She got a parking pass to go, to park somewhere for the buses. So we went to park, uh, went onto a bus. It was a cool shuttle. They call the buses shuttles. Like, I guess that's what they do. I guess Disney's the old one who calls them shuttles. That's fine. But anyway, the seats were like, this is me just talking about the bus. The seats were like blue, like had like a galaxy design. That was really cool. For I don't know if it's exclusively for MegaCon those buses, or if they're for other things too, for other events. But yo, those buses were pretty nice. The seats were nice. This is me gaslighting at buses. This is a MegaCon video. Forgive me. Again, this is not scripted. This is just me the day after I get home from the convention. I'm still excited, still overwhelmed. But 2025, I've said this in other videos, I want to do other things. And before this video continues, I'm going to say there's going to be pictures of me in this video. And I'm going to say this. This is not my face reveal. Like, my face, how I look, like I post on Instagram like all the time. So this is not like the first time I've posted it. Also, like back a couple years ago when I streamed Fortnite with friends, I had face cam for like a couple of minutes as a joke. So it's not like new. This is the first time it's not the center of the video, but part of it. So if you're thinking, oh, this is just my face reveal, it's not. I've done it before. This video is definitely all over the place. I have the idea in my head. Like I said earlier in the video, my idea in my head is to do the intro bit and then go from day 1, 2, 3, 4 until I got home, talk about all the cosplays I saw, everything I got, and simplify it like that, section the video like that. That was my plan when I started this video, and it still is my plan, but I'm just going all over the place. I'm making this video for me kind of a documentary, if you want to think about it like that. But anyway, so day 2. We get on the bus, we go there, we have to get our passes. By the way, I'm going to show a picture of it. That's definitely Urza Scarlet. A fairy tale character is on the all-day pass at MegaCon. My first MegaCon, and I was told that every year the passes are different from my sister's friend that worked there, been there like every year. She said, oh yeah, the passes are different. And I think she said one year there was Natsu in one of the passes. And I think they said last year that there was a fairy tale cosplay meetup, which, oh my god, I wish that was this year. But anyway, Urza Scarlet was in the past. That means Fairy Tail was represented. That's a W. 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 Urza Scarlet's on the pass. With Pikachu and Squirtle. No, it's Pikachu and Charmander, I think. I'll show the picture. The line, getting our pass, getting our lanyard, picking out our lanyards and stuff, we're like, do we need a tote bag? We look at each other and I'm like, yes. So like, a couple of weeks before we went there, we went to I never went to a flea market before, and I thought it was something I wouldn't be interested in. It turns out they have anime booths at flea. This is not anything to do with MegaCon, but there is a point in this that when I go to a mall or a place with like anime figures, anime booths, I lose my shit in terms of like I'm there for like an hour and I'm like, oh my god, I want this, I want this, I want this, I'm getting this, I'm getting this, I'm getting this. I got an $80 Kurapika figure, and like I don't know how much an Urza Scarlet figure was. But anyway, when we walk in, the first couple booths I see is like skateboards with Mount Lady on it. And I'm not going to describe Mount Lady what she was or wasn't wearing, 'cause wasn't on the skateboard. But that was the first thing the first stand I see is that, and I'm like, oh my god, this is MegaCon, huh? I see a lot of Zoros. Like, I'm gonna talk about this in a different section of the video, like different cosplays I see. But there was a lot. I think for the guys, Zoro and Luffy were the most common. For girls, it was Hatsumiku and Mitsuri. Uh, Maybe Nami as third most common cosplays I saw there. There was a bunch I didn't see, but there was also a bunch I did see. There was this, again, I'm going to talk about this later, I'm getting sidetracked. There was this giant guy as Mecha Godzilla, Metal Godzilla. It was amazing. There was so much. Anyway, back to this. We're walking, we're going to the shops. I'm going to show it on screen, all the things I got at each. I don't remember like each day, what I got each day. I got a lot of things each day at different booths. Backtracked, we did a lot. So there we were, me and my Natsu Dragneel cosplay. My sister was cosplaying a character I didn't know. It was a different kind of, not a fairy tale character, but a different kind of show with fairy characters. I don't know. And her friend was Sailor Moon. So there I am, telling my sister, "Oh my god, wait to stop!" At each booth, I'm like, "All right, we're stopping here. We're stopping here. We're stopping here. We're stopping here." And so I think they're called luggage fly bags. I don't know how to pronounce it. I could probably look at it right here. I have the bag with me. I'll show it on screen. The Pikachu Eevee bag. I love it. I think they're called ludge flies. I don't know what they're called. Luggage fly. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it anymore. So anyway, my sister's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna need one of those for my phone, my wallet, and the many things I buy." Uh, I used hers temporarily until I got my own. So our first mission there was to get me a bag, one of these mini bags. And her friend that worked there said, "Oh yeah, last year there was fairy tale ones with with the insignia on it, and another one with happy on it." I'm like, you know what? Bet I'm looking for that one. We didn't find it, but that's okay because I ended up finding this Pikachu Eevee one. And this brings me to another point. My friend, I'm so glad my sister had her friend there who knows what's going on. So some booths, for example, will have a Funko Pop. You go to another booth, that same Funko Pop is $60. So this Pikachu Eevee bag I got, they gave it to me for 15%. All the bags there were 15% off. We went to another booth, and the same bag was over $100. Wow. I'm so glad we had a friend there that knew what was going on because we would have bought the same one but more expensive. I don't know why they did that. I saw a Sniper King. He's not Usopp. Sniper King. They're different people, by the way. There was a Sniper King Funko Pop, and then I see, oh, it's $30. As much as I love Sniper King, I just wish. I think $15 is the most I'd pay for a Funko Pop. I don't think I'd spend more than 20 for a Funko Pop, unless it's a big Funko Pop. If it was a regular size Sniper King Funko Pop, I'll probably find it on Amazon right now for like $10. This brings me, dude. There's so much I want to say. We find OG Digimon. There's a stand with so much. By the way, there's plushies of Pokemon everywhere. Legendary, shinies. I'll show them some of them I got. A mini pink shiny Vaporeon and Sylveon. I didn't get a Glaceon because a couple months ago I ordered a sleeping plushie Glaceon and it never arrived. Nor have I got any email about it. It's a I forgot what the website was called. That's my bad. Um, but yeah, I'm still waiting for it, hoping it arrives. But we didn't find. So the stand I'm talking about with Digimon, it had all like season 1 and 2 Digimon, Digivices, toys, stickers, plushies, all this stuff like Matt, Tai, Agumon, like there was okay. So here's my problem. I love Data Squad and Tamers. And like Digimon season 1 and 2 is like probably the best. You can't count them in your favorites because it's not fair because they're objectively the best seasons 1 and 2. You can't count them in your favorites. So excluding them, Tamers and Data Squad are my two favorite. There was a Terriermon, plushie. There was a big one, a medium one, and a small one. The smallest one, they said it was $100. Yep, because they like explained to me that they don't make them anymore. They got it from somewhere else. It's very hard to find. This and that. I'm gonna order one because I found it online for cheaper. So I'm just gonna do that maybe later today, tomorrow. I wanted the Terrier mine so bad. We went each day to see if the price was lowered, and yet on Sunday they said no because because that same shop is going to a different convention, so they're not lowering prices on Sunday. But yeah, I was like, oh my god, I am getting a Terriermon one way or another, even if I have to order him for cheaper online. Like, honestly, if he was like the mini one, not the big one, just the mini one, if the mini one was like 40 or $50, I was sold. It was 100. I'm like, do I want to spend 100 for a mini Terriermon? I can get him online for cheaper. On eBay, I found it was like 25 plus whatever with shipping. It was like 35 to 40, so I'm gonna have to get that one. So originally, our plan was to not eat or drink at the convention because we were told. I've never been to a concert, by the way. Like I said, it's my first convention. So they told me originally before we left go to the hotel that Megacon prices for food is this like more expensive than concerts. So that's why we packed snacks to begin with. And like, you know what? There's a Cane's, Raising Cane's, McDonald's, and other things nearby. We'll just do that. We were hungry, so we ended up getting expensive pizza from Papa John's and $5 Gatorade and a $5 Mountain Dew. Fun. I mean, it's worth it. We're not leaving the convention to spend an hour in traffic on the bus to drive to somewhere, eat, and come back. We're not doing that. Um, by the way, the hour traffic thing's reference to Saturday. We're still talking about Friday, the first day we went, which is second day. Because again, first day, by the time we got to Orlando, it was already closed. Long drive. I'm gonna admit, I'm gonna say this. Part of my plan, one of the main reasons I wanted to go to this was, and I am okay with it saying this, I want to make more friends. Especially Fairy Tail, right? Not a small community. It's a very big anime community, which is why I'm surprised there wasn't more cosplayers, but there was still a lot. So my goal was to eye out any Natsus, Lucy's, Urzas, or something, and say hi, high five, take some pictures. I didn't think of the pictures thing or the high five. I didn't think of the picture thing until until the second day is when I realized, oh, I can make these memories. I can take pictures of people. But one of my goals was to make friends. I was eyeing out fairy tale cosplayers. I found like I don't think I've seen any gray. I said this earlier. I only saw Natsus, including me. I was Natsu on a budget. That's why I didn't have the tattoo or the hair. And I think only one Natsu I saw had the hair, but every other Natsu was like me, just the costume. Most of us was the Grand Magic Games Natsu. I think there was one with the 100-Year Quest costume. And when I first ordered the costume, I had the choice from the Grand Magic Games or the 100-Year Quest costume, which is actually slightly different. It's got the yellow sash belt and it's more blue. And I'm like, you know what? Which one do I want to get? I obviously from the pictures you see which one I got. But I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I have to represent Fairy Tail. I'm gonna be Natsu. My favorite part is my favorite Natsu costume is that one right there. Um, the one from Grand Magic Games, the one I got. But I'm like, you know what? For the new stuff, right? 100 Quest costume, that has to be the most hype part about it, right? I have to get that one. But then I'm like, you know what? I want to be Grand Magic Games, so I'm gonna do that. Every other Natsu there was same thing. Which is just an observation. That's not like a critique. That's just an observation. That like I think only one other Natsu was 100 Quest costume, and everyone else, including me, was Grand Magic Games, which is fine. It's just an observation. I'm just surprised there wasn't more 100 Quest Natsu costumes, but I did see online before I ordered mine that they were both the same price range, which is interesting. So next year, I might be 100 Quest Natsu with the hair, the wig. I might get yeah, I'm definitely gonna get a wig next year. And I'm already thinking about characters I'm gonna be next year. Maybe L from Death Note, Natsu again. I'm thinking about being Zeref for real this time, getting a full-on Zeref costume and everything. And then maybe Sasuke or something for another day. Like, I'm definitely gonna think about it. I'm gonna put on screen everything I got on that day. from day two, our first. I'm gonna title it day one, even though it's day two. It's the day one that we're there. Because again, I remember some things I got on each day, but not everything. I think on the first day, I know exactly what I got, and I think I know what I got next days. But in case I forget, I'm just gonna show pictures and videos of it all. When I get home, I lay it all out in my bed and just video it. I'll just talk over that footage and showcase everything, go by one, with each item. The next day, Saturday, oh my god, this was the day that ruined them because like my sister's friend said that this Saturday was not the worst. That this was a calm Saturday. That she's seen Saturdays that are much worse than this one. Also, keep in mind this is Orlando, one of the craziest spots for driving. So they had the roads like crossed weirdly because some of it was under construction, so they had poor design on how it worked. So traffic is what you can imagine, and it was like an hour ride in the traffic to the parking lot, to the bus, and then so I'm gonna skip to the end of Saturday, but then we'll go back to the beginning. So at the end of Saturday, when we got into the bus, there was another bus that was in the middle of an intersection with all four like sides like, hey, like buddy move, this guy's parked his bus, not our bus, in the middle of the road so no one can go regardless of what color the light was. So they had to move that bus away. And then like the light changed from red to green like 50 times before we were able to move because the traffic was that bad. That no matter how many times the light turned green, no one could even move. That's how bad the traffic was. And on the way home, once we got off the bus, and then we got into the car, it was the same thing. We were stuck in so much traffic. We didn't get home until like 9 or 10, maybe 11 o'clock at night. It was insane. And by that point, you know what? No McDonald's, no Raising Cane's. We'll just go to bed. That was exhausting. And that was the day where my sister's friend had the 2 days. Me and my sister had the 4 day. So my sister's friend got picked up. Uh, it was nice having her there. Helped me with my scarf because I had no idea how to properly have it. Because when I did it, it kept falling over. So I'm grateful for her helping me with my scarf and helping me get my Parasail keychain on the back. I could not figure that one out. Now, I forgot if this was first or second day. No, so on the first day, I saw two Lucy's, said hey, cosplayers. I think I'm going to show you the first picture I took with someone was the first and the only and first Urza I saw. Luckily she wanted to take a picture. I was more than happy to do so. That was my goal anyway, to take pictures, make memories with fairy tale cosplayers. And she said there was another Urza, but I didn't see it. Like, and then on the last day, Sunday, someone said they saw an Irene belly dancing or something. I don't remember exactly, but I didn't see any Irene. But anyway, so we took a picture with an Urza, and then that same day, Saturday, we looked at the accessory shop, and I saw Lucy. They were kind of take a picture. I'll show it up on the screen. Took a couple pictures. So I'm like, you know what? That's cool. Making memories, meeting fairy tale fans other than me. So that was the second day. A lot of shopping, a lot of walking. And then my friend dressed up as Sailor Moon again, but like a casual version of it. So then after we ate, had the Papa John's pizza and $5 drinks each, which is, oh my God. We went to the Sailor Moon thing for her to take pictures with her group, and the organizers of Megacon apparently didn't plan or something. So all the Sailor Moon cosplayers are standing around, not knowing which room to go into because the organizers did something wrong. I don't know the specifics. It's my first Megacon. I don't know the specifics. But basically, my friend that worked there many times said, "Oh yeah, this happens a lot. They don't know what they're doing." So they just take initiative and use, like, there was an open space where we weren't bothering anyone, so they just took their pictures and group photos there. It was all fine. And then eventually they figured something out. But yeah, there was that Sailor Moon get together with them. I was dressed up as Natsu. I saw a bunch of, also I want to say this in case anyone that saw me said hi to me. If I like kind of just looked at you, and there was a couple Lucy's that I just kind of looked at that's like said, "Hey, I like your costume." I am just very introverted, so it takes me a while in my head to process someone said hello. So if I'm looking at you like with neutral expression, or like a neutral kind of expression, if you know what I'm trying to say, and if I just don't really say anything, it just takes me a moment to like. I'm so sorry if like I wasn't thrilled, or if I seemed like I was actually very happy. Because again, I wanted to be more social. I wanted to make friends. But yeah, everyone who approached me, I like their costumes too. But how things work out is you say, "Oh, hey, nice costume," and then both sides keep walking. Very bad in social situations, so I don't know how to avoid that. So which is kind of unfortunate. Me being socially awkward is most of that comes from. So anyone that did approach me, and I just kind of like looked at them and then like quietly said thank you without you hearing me. Maybe just know that wasn't my intention. That is just kind of the pace of things. I'm socially awkward. Anyway, back to this. So on that Saturday, that's kind of where we ended. They were both exhausted. Like, F it, we're going home. Next was Sunday. This was the day where I did meet more cosplayers. I saw a couple as Natsu and Lucy, and oh my god, I'm going to say this too. My goal for next year is to do cosplays with some. I want to be Natsu and Lucy, or Natsu and Urza, or something like Gray and Juvia with somebody. Also, I did see two Juvias. No, I saw three. There was a Juvia, who and like again, I'm socially awkward, so I don't know how to really approach people. All I want to do is say hi, cool costume, and maybe take a picture, and then be on the way. The first Juvia I saw was on their phone, so I'm like, I'm not going to bother them. The second one was clinging to somebody. I'm like, okay, they probably don't want me to say hi. And the third one, I don't remember what happened. I think same thing. But yeah, I'm socially awkward, so I did want to approach people, say hi, especially the fairies. Like, my goal was to be like, okay, I'm socially awkward. Where do I start making friends? I'm gonna narrow myself down to exclusively fairy tale cosplayers, right? So that's what I did for the first couple of days, and then Sunday, you know what? I met a Lucy cosplayer, which I'll show it on screen as I do the other ones. She was very nice. Traded Instagrams, and I saw she did other cosplays. So shout out, put it on screen right here. And then I met. They asked me specifically not to post or show her cos. It was Misa Amane from Death Note. I'm not gonna say their Instagram or anything else. I'm not even gonna show the pictures because they asked me not to. They said they don't think their cosplay looked good. There was, in terms of common female cosplays, I think I said Nami, Mitsuri, and Hatsumiku. I think the fourth most common was Misa Amane, and she was probably, I would say, one of the best Misa Amanes there, in terms of cosplays and everything. So I thought this Misa cosplayer was one of the best ones. There was nothing really bad with their cosplay, but they asked me not to show it, so I won't. I'm not going to show their Instagram either in case they don't want that. But they asked me not to show it, so I'm not going to. I'm just going to say I did take photos with a Misa Amane cosplayer, but they asked me not to show it, so I won't. And then my social awkwardness kicked in again. Later that same day, I said hey to a Nico Robin, and there was a bunch of Nico Robins too. Oh my! I keep going on this thing. I think the fifth or sixth most common female cosplay was probably Nico Robin. There wasn't much of Sakura from Naruto. But that's, I don't know who I got to stop, but there was some Tsunade's. I think the most female Naruto character cosplay was Tsunade. But back to what I was saying, I saw a bunch of Nico Robins, and I saw one who I thought was the best looking one in terms of like how far they went. Their hair was like the same style, and they had like, I can tell it was probably contacts in their eyes or something because it was a shade of blue in their eyes that you can tell it was Nico Robin, and their face just looked exactly like Nico Robin from Time Skip with the blue and the what's it called? The skirt? Is that called a skirt? I have no idea. There was a bunch of Miss All Sundays version of Nico Robin too. A lot of them are good, but I think the best Nico Robin was the one I said hi to. I'm like, I want to ask for a picture, and like I've asked for pictures, and everyone so far has said yes. But again, the social awkwardness kicked in again, and we just kind of kept walking after I said, "Oh, your cosplay is cool." She said, "Oh yeah, thank you." It was a very genuine thank you too. But I was like, "Oh, you know what?" Social awkwardness kicked in, and we just kept walking. Then I encountered a Mitsuri. Um, I'll show the picture, at least one of the pictures. Um, Same thing. Hey, your cosplay is cool. And then a genuine thank you. Kept walking. I counted her like maybe 30 minutes later, an hour later. And then I'm like, you know what? I have the courage now. Do you want to take a picture? It's like, oh yes, thank you. We talked for like a minute. Like, oh, maybe like 20 seconds, right? It's like, oh, this is both our first convention. And then we just kept going. I'm gonna show pictures. There was this giant Luffy figure statue, a bunch of Hulks, Red Hulks statues for like $3,000 and stuff. This I don't know how much this Luffy was. You'll show a picture. It's like bigger than me, fifth year Luffy. I think I saw two fifth year Luffy cosplays, but it was mostly just like base Luffy cosplays. There was a bunch of like female Luffys and Ace. I don't care about Ace, but I know people like him, and this shows me like there was a female doing Ace and Zoro, a lot of female Zoros, Aces, and Luffys. And there was a lot. I was actually surprised. There was a bunch of Makima and a lot of power. I mean this in a good way, a very good way. There was a lot of Makima and power cosplay. There was guys dressed up as Makima and guys dressed up as power, as well as females dressed up as Makima and females dressed up as power, which is cool. Like I see like a bunch of female representation from like Zoro, what he looked like as a female. Also, there's a lot of dogs, like mini dogs and Now, I don't know if they're security dogs, but just like general helping dogs that like help people walk and whatnot. There was a lot of them there, and I felt so bad for them. It was our first day there, so Friday. I'm backtracking back to the first day we were there. My initial thought was, "Oh my god, I feel so bad for these dogs because people are cosplaying with like boots, like shoes that are probably painful if you get stepped on by them, you know." And like, oh my god, what if someone accidentally steps on the paw of one of these dogs? Like, I felt so bad that these dogs were in these cramped spots where people are walking by. And, like, you don't know what kind of cosplay they have, or like if they have like heavy boots or something. Like, oh my god, I feel so bad for these dogs. Next section.
Time at Megacon, there was many shops. I pretty much showed all of the things I got throughout the video regardless. So I'm not going to go over, I'm going to skim through everything I did get. But I mostly showed everything I did get throughout this. So I'm not going to talk about each little item, but something I do want to talk about is one of the little shops was custom anime shirts and hoodies, which I'm a fan of. Every time I go to a mall or anywhere with custom anything, I love it. This one is Lovers Over Losers is the brand. It's a team that designs anime shirts, hoodies, and whatnot. And I just talked to them, and they were really nice. The guy there was really nice. And I got a Nezuko hoodie and a Yoruichi shirt. There was a bunch of other things like Hunter x Hunter, Kurapika. I saw a Shadow the Hedgehog, a Broly. Really cool designs. Like, not scared to be creative with it. Like the Yoruichi shirt, like on the back, throughout the shirt itself, has lightning design. It's really creative. Like Nezuko hoodie I got, it's like resembles the pink flames. And like, for example, there was a Toy Todoroki one hoodie similar to the Nezuko one, but it was like blue flamed. It was really cool. There was a bunch there. I would highly recommend looking on Instagram and checking it out for yourself. Brand's Lovers Over Losers. It's a pretty unique name too. Like when they said, yeah, scan this QR code and follow, and I scanned the QR code on their phone, I'm like, oh, I'm already following. Because I like to follow like anime art, custom anime arts on shirts and stuff anyway on Instagram. It's really cool to look at. I'm a really big fan of it. I've pretty much talked about everything I wanted to talk about here. Everything, like, there's still more I can talk about by the whole experience, the whole trip itself. There's still so much I haven't talked about. So I think for now I've already showed like everything. I'm not going to go individually to talk about each little item, but the main one I want to talk about was the custom hoodie and the custom shirt, because I really want everyone to check them out, because there's a bunch of other cool designs and stuff, like shirts and hoodies and other anime stuff. So a huge shout out. It was very cool. Probably the coolest things I got there was these custom things. The shirt and hoodie. I might go next year, like I said. If I do, we're gonna plan it out better. I think it'll be more fun with a bigger group. I'm gonna be honest, I have no real idea how to end this video because there's still so much I haven't talked about. But again, I don't want this to be an hour long, so I'm gonna end it here. If I do another video like this, it'll be when I go next year. Anyway, take care.